Hello, welcome back to another episode of Musings podcast. I'm your host, Mungo Mildred, and I'm so happy that you've joined me on another Wednesday for another review. Before I get on to today's episode, I just want to give a disclaimer. If you hear noise in the background, please forgive me, okay? Please understand that I have neighbors who I respect, and yeah, I just have to do my thing, yeah? And I'm not going to tell them to stop or ask them to you keep quiet or keep it down because they're in their house and they can do whatever they want. It's just that, yeah, it's inconveniencing to me, but life, yeah. So, on today's episode, I'm going to be giving a review of the Kenyan movie A Grand Little Lie. This is the first time I'm watching this movie, by the way. It came out back in 2021. Funny thing, I bought the link. I have it, but I've never watched it. Same thing, I have a link for another movie by Akina Mkurugenzi that I've not watched yet as well. And I do not understand why. Like I bought it and then I was like, okay, I'll watch. Alafu masiku zinapita. So I know I have a link for the A Grand Little Lie, but then I've never watched it through their website. Alafu ikaletwa Netflix. And when it was brought on Netflix as well, I don't know why I didn't watch it, by the way, because I love Akina Mkurugenzi. I've said this before. I love Mkurugenzi, I love Philip, but then I don't know what happened. So I just didn't watch it. So this is my first time watching it, and this is my first time reaction, and I loved it. So, A Grand Little Lie is a 2021 Kenyan movie written by Abel Mutua and directed by Philip Karanja. It's under Philip Production. So, you must know that I love these people by now. And I praise their work like crazy. Because, yeah, I'm a Kurugenzi, so much respect. So, the cast members are Michael Munyoki, he plays Joe. Mercy Mutisia, she plays Joe's girlfriend. Catherine Kamau, she plays Joe's boss. Nyokabi Masharia, she plays did we even get her name? I don't think we got her name. And Maura Bilal, also, I don't think he gave us his name. Kenji Gadecha, I think they work together. So Nyokabi, Maura, and Kenji, they work in the same organization. Bien Aime Baraza, Bien of Sauti Soul, he played a part as well. He was like Joe's best friend. And Abel Mutua also stars there amongst other cast members. Now, if you like spoilers like me, I'll urge you to continue watching this. If you do not like spoilers, please go on Netflix and watch it over there, or go to Philip Production website and watch it for 250 shillings or whatever price that you can give. I think it's usually from 250 going up. So whatever you can give them, you can pay for it and you get to watch the movie. So, and while you're there, please remember to watch other movies that are on their website that are not yet on Netflix, yeah? So, and then after that, come back and then watch this and tell me if you agree with my review or if you do not, because this is your official spoiler alert. Okay? A Grand Little Lie centers around Joe. Joe is a guy, he's just a good person, let's say. But then he wakes up in the morning and the phone is ringing. His phone is ringing and it's his boss, played by Catherine Kamau, who's calling him because he's late for work. So he rushes up, he gets up and his girlfriend is there with a mask on her face, face mask. And this girl is psycho. You can tell she's psycho from the moment that she starts talking to Joe. So she's Joe's I can't even shower. I have to go. I have to leave for work because I'm already late. And the girl is like, have you forgotten something? And he goes what? She goes why did you circle it on the calendar if you couldn't remember? So they had been together for 6 months and this girl wanted them to celebrate their 6-month anniversary. But Joe is being called to work, but the lady wanted them to go for an entire weekend out of town or something just to celebrate together. So Joe goes okay, let me go to work. I have to go to work and ask for permission while I'm there so that I can come back and we can go. So she's okay, I'm going to give you, I think it was an hour or something, because Joe said that he's going to go to work and ask for permission. So his girlfriend should give him an hour. So he leaves and drives to work. Well, he gets there, the boss is there, and she starts she didn't even yell. She was so calm, but she was like, I don't know what I'm going to do with you, blah, blah, blah. So he starts crying. And I'm like, why are you crying, Joe? He starts crying and he's like, I'm so sorry. It's just that my brother died and that's why I got late. And she goes like, oh, I'm sorry, I didn't know. She gives him a hug and she's like, okay, so what's the plan? He goes like, we're supposed to bury him. It's just him and I. We have nobody else. And she goes like, okay, where is he? He says that he's in Montezuma, Mona Lisa Funeral Home. And she tells him, okay, I'll see you there in an hour. Now, this was a lie, and it was a lie. I don't know why he even lied about that, because he should have just told the boss the truth and seen what would happen. And everybody kept telling him that I wish you just told the truth, because tell the boss that you want to take your girlfriend out over the weekend for your anniversary or something. Just tell the truth, or a lie that won't cost you as much as this one did, because so now he has to get a body, of course. So he calls his friend Bien, or is it Bien who calls him? I don't even know what Bien's name was on the show, because they were just calling each other boys ama sijui like mzae nini, like majina hizo za mtaa, like nicknames za heshima na nini, but I don't remember hearing any of the other people's names. So he called, I think Bien is the one who called, or he called him, I don't know. And he was like, I need some help. I've lied about this and this and this, and now I need a body within an hour. And so Bien goes like, okay, I know somebody. I'm going to give you a number, and once you're done with the number, destroy it. And he goes like, okay, sawa sawa, I'll do that. He's given the number, he calls. So the three guys, Nyokabi Masharia, Maura Bilal, and Kenji Gadecha, they're the ones who work in this company that helps people clean up messes and find things that you're not supposed to be finding and stuff like that. So the number he was given was for those people. So he calls and he talks to Nyokabi's character rather, and she's like, okay, let's meet at this and this place. So he drives and goes to that place and he's like, askari soja nini. Kumbe it's her, and she's wearing like a soldier's uniform. So he gets out and did she hit him? I don't think so. She was like getting to the boot and then they drove off to some place. When they got there, they started talking to some people. That's where he met Maura Bilal's character and Kenji's character. And he was asked like to strip, which was weird, just to see if he's wearing a wire, ama if he's a cop. And then after that, he was told to put back his clothes on, and he left with Maura's character. So they went to Montezuma to find the body, and they had organized everything, and that's where we meet Abel, because Abel's character is the morgue attendant. So while they're there, they talk, and this guy doesn't talk much. He goes into the morgue, and the boss comes and she sees the body. Like they don't even open the body. It's just like the body is covered in stuff. And so she sees it and asks him, like, you have no family members, or are they coming later? And he goes like, it was just the two of us. We don't have family members. We were raised in the orphanage in Kitale and stuff like that. And she goes like, okay, so what are you going to do? He says that I'm just going to bury him on the graveyard on the opposite side of the road, because we don't even have land to go and bury him. And she goes like, okay, sawa. So she goes to leave, but then she turns around and goes like, actually, I can't let you do that by yourself. So I'll meet you at the grave site in an hour or something like that. So he goes like, okay. But then she gives him permission to be out of work for the whole weekend. And he's like, okay, thank you. He even smiles. But then when that news of I'll have to meet you at the graveside, yeah, he didn't expect that, because he tries to get out of it, but she goes like, no, I have to be there with you. So he was told he cannot live with the body, because understand, that is somebody else's body. Like there's a family that is waiting to go and bury this body. So he goes like, okay, sawa sawa. So they leave. The boss leaves with the people that she had come with, and Abel's character comes back and he's smiling behind Joe. So Joe goes to Ted and he's there and it startles him. So anyway, so he tells Joe that okay, now that you're done, just leave the body there and go. But now he has another problem. This is Joe, that he has to have a body to bury. So he steals that body from Montezuma and he runs into the car and leaves. The car that he came with is his, and that other guy that he was with from that agency, he was, I don't know, he had gone inside the mortuary as well, I don't know. But then he tries to follow him, but then Joe drives off with the body. He puts it in the boot and drives off. So he drives and drives on the way. There's an askari following him, those ones on the motorbikes. So he stops him, and while they're talking, I was like, okay, mwacha tuaende. I was feeling sorry for him. But then the askari goes like, nasikia formally likiruka. And he's like, what is formally? He was playing like he doesn't know anything. I know nothing, I've had nothing, and like I'm very innocent. But the askari goes like, open the boot. So when he goes to do it, when he opens the boot, the askari, of course, he can't see the body because the feet were being seen. So he opens that fleece blanket and he sees there's a body there. And so he goes to call for backup or something because he had a gun pointed at Joe. And Joe hits the askari and puts him in the boot as well. One lie. The reason why it's called a grand little lie. Yeah. So I think he put him in the boot, if I'm not mistaken. So the other guy comes, the Mora's character. So he comes and he's like, the deal is off, blah, 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 blah. And he goes like, please, you cannot leave me. He even starts crying and begs him and begs him. And he goes like, I cannot go to jail. Please help me out. This problem has become so big. I cannot go to jail. Please help me out. And so the guy goes like, okay, fine. But the money that you are going to pay, you're tripling it or something like that. Like it was going to increase. And he goes like, okay, so how do we get out of this problem? So the guy tells him, we have to remove the body from the car because with this heat, the body will start stinking and you're going to have a bigger problem. So he goes like, okay, so what do we do? Like we remove the body, put it in a shade and blah, blah, blah. So they take the body and put it uko kwa nyasi hapo kando, and then the askari as well, they put him there. But just before they leave, Shigwan Shiko plays a very little character, like she's a chokora or something. She's there and she's looking at them, and so they go like, we can explain, it's not what it seems. And then there's some askaris coming from the other side, two of them, and these guys are here. So they try to think of how to escape this, but when they turn around, the askari who Joe had hit, he's standing up and he's like smile for the camera with a gun. And so that fast, he tells them to kneel and to remove everything from their pockets. Joe, by the way, okay, Joe removes things that were in his pocket. The number he was given by Bian's character, he was told to destroy it immediately after they talk. And when they were at the morgue, the boss gave him her debit card to go and use it for the funeral and stuff. These things were in his pocket, and he removed them and put them there. When they were entering the morgue, the askari at the morgue was like, your ID, telling to the driver, and the driver refused. He was only made to sign, and he signed like to enter. But then while giving the ID, Joyce, the one, was like, just use mine. And he gave his ID. And when he was running with the body, he forgot the ID. So when this cop is following him, it's because he took a wrong U-turn and was going back to the morgue for the ID. Now, these people already have the ID. And now Joe has removed things from his pocket, which include that debit card and the phone number. So Mora's character runs away and Joe follows. So he goes and enters the car and Joe comes and jumps through the window and they drive off. So they go to this place where I think they can, I don't know, the guy helps cars disappear and stuff. So they go there to leave the car there so that the number plate can be changed and stuff like that. And then they can get a hearse. Because Joe has come up with a different plan with this guy. So the guy is supposed to go to the to be the one like to be buried, to pretend to be the one who's being buried because they need a new body, because the other one has been captured by the police where they are dumped it. So this guy is supposed to pretend to be dead, but then he gives Joe some instructions like, let there not be any perfume or any flowers because I'm allergic. And he goes like, okay, sawa sawa. So they go to that place, they take an old van and they use it as a hearse. The guy explains why. And so they drive. On their way, they go like, okay, maybe we don't say that we're going to bury you. We say that we're going to cremate. So we'll have a service at the chapel, and then we'll say, the boss will see that, and then I'll be left with you, and you take Sheva, and I'll just say that he cremated my brother. And so they do that. They plan and they go there. Now, before we get to the end, because that's towards the end, this other side, remember the girlfriend had given Joe like an hour for him to be back. So she was calling him all the time, all the time, all the time. At first, Joe was trying to explain. This girl was like counting down, oh, 46 minutes, oh, blah, blah, blah. And then when he left with Maura's character, he had to leave his phone behind. So when she was calling again, the lady, Nyokabi's character, she was hanging up until, because she was dating Kenji's character. So they're in the office and getting a little bit frisky, and then Kenji's character is like, just answer the phone. So she answers, and the girlfriend, who is a psycho, she starts insulting her, calling her a hoe, calling her a prostitute, calling her nini. So these guys, because they have intel, like they can look for you from anywhere. So they track her down, and Nyokabe's character goes to the house. This girlfriend was planning arson, because apparently she had burned 15 houses down, because she always craved his attention. She wanted him to be always thinking about her, and she wanted to always be the center of attention. And when she didn't get that, she became psycho. So she was planning on committing arson again. She had like the gas, and I don't know what she was planning. She poured something on his clothes. I don't know like what it was. I don't know if it was after tar, what it was, but she was planning to do it. So while she was insulting Nyokabi's character goes like, okay, track her down, I'm going to find her. And so she goes to the house. So the girl is like, she also like, I'm going to beat you up. Yeah, I probably deserve it. Like, you should watch it to see that interaction. It was very funny, and she was very calm. And your Kabi's character was like, me takupiga. She was like, yeah, I probably deserve it, so it's okay. So she goes like, before you beat me up, is it okay if I have a sip of wine? And she goes like, yeah, you do you. Hata ukitaka changani sawa. So she goes to the kitchen and takes this bottle of wine, opens it, and pretends to drink, but she wasn't drinking it. Kumbe it was poisoned. So Nyokabi takes it and she starts drinking it. And I'm like, you have gone to a psycho's house and you're drinking whatever she said. What made you, like, why would you do that? Kama umeenda kumpiga, unakaa chini uweze kukunywa kile anakunywa. Why? This is how people die, yeah? So she drinks it, but the lady hadn't drunk it. So Nyakabi's character drinks it, and then when she plans, she puts on gloves and blah, blah, blah. She wants to start beating her up. She starts coughing, and then she falls down, and she dies from poisoning, because that drink was poisoned. And Joe's girlfriend actually didn't drink it, because she said that she's perfected two things. I think committing arson, and the second one was like pretending to drink. So she hadn't drank anything from that bottle, but it was poisoned. And that was sort of her getaway plan, so that if she is ever caught, she will do that, and that's how she will get away. So she tried to run away, but when Yokabi's character went, Kenji's character was listening in from where he was. But then he was so late. By the time he got to the house, Yokabi's character was already dead. So he cried. He had put handcuffs on Joe's girlfriend's hand. That is Masi Mutisia's character. So that happened on that side, and then he wanted to blow all of them up, but then he changed his mind, because Joe's girlfriend was like, please don't do that, that's not you, don't do it. And so he changed his mind and called the police and was like, there's been a murder. And so they came and arrested her. So on the other side, Joe and his friend, they plan everything. Joe's boss goes into the Riri chapel, so they change their plan because it's a cremation. They're like, let's go first to the church, so do 1, 2, 3, like a chapel, like a little church. I don't know what it was. Do that, like a little ceremony, and then we'll go and do the cremation. So the boss is there. She's arrived. They're waiting for him. Joe and his friend, they come. They are the guy that they met at the, can I call it a garage? What can you call it? Like where they took the car. So that guy and Joe, they're pulling in the body. And so they get to the front and he starts talking Joe. Like he thanks the boss for coming. And so the body is not in a casket. The body is there and it was covered. So the boss is like, I don't like bodies, like I don't like dead bodies, and paka imeweza kuleta nzi, blah blah blah. She takes out her perfume and starts perfuming the place to chase the flies away. And then she has brought flowers and she tells her secretary to go and put the flowers on top of the body. And remember, that guy had said he's allergic to flowers and perfumes. So she goes and puts the flowers on the body and it falls down. Joe starts sweating because he's like, what? Yo, this guy cannot handle flowers. So the secretary goes back to pick up the flowers and to put it back on the body. And Joy's like, please don't do that. It's okay. Just leave it alone. But she goes like, no, it's okay. I'm the one who made the mess. I didn't put it on the body properly. Let me just do it again. And then she sprays the body like a couple of times so that it doesn't stink. And remember, this is not even a dead person, so I don't know what they were doing. So, of course, he sneezes. Mora's character sneezes and everybody is shook because they're like, what? And the boss, Catherine Kamau's character, she had a gun. So she takes out the gun and shoots him, but like on the shoulder. And so he goes back down. And so Joe runs to him and is like, oh no, what is this? So he's like, he's calling him to wake up, but then he's been shot. And their scurries, they were tracking them. So they tracked down the number, they couldn't find who it was, who it belonged to. And then they tracked down their card, their debit card, and they knew who it was, like Catherine's character. And so they knew, and somehow they were following these people around because they also got the ID card from the morgue. So they knew who they were dealing with and they were following them up. So when she shoots, the scurries come in and they're like, kila mtu alale chini. And so everybody is lying down. And like this part was so nice because Kate's character, she looks at Joe like, the F did you make us do? So they're lying down, everybody. And then that's where the movie ends, technically. Because now we are shown, I think they showed Joe's girlfriend like in prison. I didn't see that part. I don't know what happened. Maybe I blinked or something. I don't know. But something happened because the part that I got now was Joe, like he was sent to prison for 1 year, but then was released after 4 months for good behavior. And then Maura's character, he was arrested. He was at the hospital, but handcuffed to the bed and an askari waiting. But then after the nurse checked him, he disappeared, so he was never found again. And so Kate's character, she was acquitted because she was innocent of everything that was happening. She didn't know. So she wasn't sent anywhere. She was found not guilty. And so they moved to 4 months. Joe has come out of prison and Bian's character is waiting for him outside the prison. And he's like, hey, come, I know umekula kutu sana, so ingia kwa gari nimekuletea wasi. So there were some 2 ladies at the back of the car and he looked at them and he was like, I know, I'm good. Wacha nikapande matu, because he got into all that trouble because of a woman and he wasn't ready to do it again. Yeah, he wasn't ready to risk it again. So he told Bian's character, like, no, I'm good. You just go, I'll take a matatu. And so that's why it ends with him walking away, going to get a matatu. And yeah, that is a grand little lie. Like one tiny lie turned into such a big thing. And all of it because of wanting to please a woman, which was crazy, crazy, crazy. I wouldn't, hey, yo, don't get into any kind of problems for any person. Like, woman, man, don't do it. Because, like, that one simple thing, she wanted to celebrate 6 months anniversary. Imagine. Just that. And he had to lie that the relative was dead. I wish he would have even said that he died and we cremated him immediately and so he's gone. Just give me time to mourn. Instead of But anyway, if that would have happened, then you wouldn't have had a movie. So props to script writer Abel Mutua. He's one of the best in the industry, and I'm just so glad that they get to do this. Yeah. So the characters, I loved all of them. They have been acting for a couple of years. I think I love Nyokabi Masharia. Oh my God. And of course, I love Catherine Kamau. The others are pretty new to the game. I think Mora Bilal has been at it for a while as well. And Bien, I didn't even know that he can act, but yeah, he was there. Actually, even Chiki Kuruka was part of it in that last scene where he's come to take Joe from the prison. She's in the passenger seat, yeah, at the front. She didn't have any lines, but she was there, I think. In the first part where Bien was shown, I don't know if she was there as well. I don't know, but yeah, all of these guys, they acted well. I mean, they're amazing actors, so they did their best. Yeah, the chemistry between Yokabi's character and Kenji's character, it was on point. And the others, they glued well. Yeah, they gelled well together. So I loved every one of them. It wasn't like funny, haha, but I think I laughed in a few parts. Because like that part where Abel's character just comes and stands behind Joe in the morgue. I mean, like, it's a morgue. You don't do that. You can't just come and stand silently behind somebody and you are smiling. And when he was leaving, he was asking somebody like, kwani nyama unaichoma na candle or something like that. So there's a little laugh here, but it's a drama. So it wasn't a comedy. It was a drama, so it was expected. But yeah, I laughed a little bit. The music, this is the movie I think that Sauti Sol gave Feel It Production like access to the entire catalog. And so they use that. Like on the other movie, Click Click Bang, Calligraph Jones, he gave them access to his entire catalog. And in this one, Sauti Sol did. Because I think Nani was also there, Ben Sol was also there in this movie. He had a small part in the beginning where Joe and Bien's character speak for the first time and Ben gives him the number. Yeah, Nani was there, and he actually is the one who had the number, I think. So, because they was being called Schofield, and the person who helped him escape from prison, apparently, ndo namba ilikuwa inatakwa yake. So, yeah, that. And so the music was by Sauti Sol and Soul Generation, if I'm not mistaken, because I think I had Ben Sol's song at some point. So yeah, there was that. And yeah, I loved it. Of course, if it's Sauti Sol music, I love it. Ben Sol's music, I love it. And yeah, it's just amazing. So the acting was good, the direction was good, the cinematography was good, music was good, editing was done perfectly. And yeah, overall, I'll give it 7 out of 10. Go and watch it, but I loved it. It was just an amazing movie. It was a simple movie and straight to the point, and go watch it. Love it as much as I did. Then come and tell me if you enjoyed it as much as I did. If you think that it was good or if it was not, come and tell me, because I found it to be okay. I don't think there's any part that I was like, oh no, that shouldn't have happened. This character was not supposed to be there. I get why Bien was there. I get why Ben Sol was there. I get why Chiki Kuruka was there, because these guys gave them the entire catalog. So, and Ben did a good job. I think this is his first time acting in this show. Ama kama he has another movie he has done before, I don't know about it. But yeah, even though it was his first, it was really good. And yeah, that is a grand little lie. I loved it. Hope you love it too. Go watch it and come and let's discuss. Tell me if you loved it or not, and we'll talk about it some more, okay? While you're doing that, please remember to comment down here and comment when I finally post it on my IG when it comes out. Remember to like, share, subscribe, and hit the bell for notifications so that whenever I post something new, you'll always be among the first people to come and watch it, okay? Bye-bye now. Love you.